Hello students, today we are going to study chapter number 2 of EVS. The name of the chapter is All Together. Let's start the chapter. We all know that our nature has given various natural resources without which we cannot imagine our life also. Sometimes we are misusing them. We are wasting water, we are exploiting the land, etc. Environment has given us land to grow food and build houses, water to drink and air for breathing. It does not differentiate in giving these gifts to all the living beings on earth. But do you really think we make an effort to conserve our natural resources? Now we live in a country with rich diversity. Diversity in religion, caste, language, gender and status. Diversity means being different. Our country has having variations in terms of religions. We are having many religions in our country. For example, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian, etc. Caste. We are having variety of caste here, like Brahmin, Rajput, etc. We are having more than 22 official languages in our country. Also, we are having different genders like male, female and transgenders. And of course, status. In terms of economics. Economics, how you are economically rich or economically poor. Despite of our nation being so diverse, we have been given equal facilities. We should wonder how we have earned these facilities. For example, here some pictures are given. In first picture you can see some trees where are these trees comes from. These are given to us by the nature or environment. Now what we do? We cut down trees and take wood to the industries. People are using these gifts which are given by nature to us free. We take them to the industries. In the industries, these wood are being processed and create new facilities for us in the form of paper. And from paper, we make different kinds of books, notebooks, etc. Now these books and notebooks are available for all the people equally. There is no discrimination. But now, what are we doing? We are wasting the paper by tearing it from notebooks, making paper boats, paper flowers, paper aeroplanes and flying them and throw them away in the dustbin and not taking care about gifts given to us by environment. Here are the pictures given. Observe the pictures carefully. It tells the story of a boy named Aryan. In first picture, the Aryan comes from Ahmedabad. In second picture, you can see he don't have any home, so he is sitting on the road. In third picture, you can see now he has made a cement pipe, or we can say tunnel, as his house, and there he made the food for himself. In fifth picture, you can see one other boy is also coming to join Aryan. In sixth picture, you can see that boy have brought some cloth and wood to make a shed. In seventh picture, you can see that they both are sitting under the shed And in 8th picture you can see that they both are doing their work together. Now based on the above picture, answer the following questions. First question is, where would Aryan's first house be? So answer will be, Aryan's first house will be the big pipe by the roadside, or we can say cement tunnel. Big pipe or tunnel. Next question is, which facility would Aryan have first? So the first facility he gets in the city is air and water. After some time he also finds shelter in the big pipe or tunnel. Next question is, why would another boy have joined Aryan? So our answer is, the another boy also did not have any place to live. So he came to join Aryan to live in the pipe or tunnel where both can help each other by sharing the things they had. Next question is, what may another boy have brought with him? So as we first discussed, the another boy may have brought with him wood for making roof and mat required to make a shade. Who will be benefited due to both the boys being together? So as we all discussed that both the boys will be benefited by living together as their work divided and the workload decreases. Next question is, what other facilities would both the friends get now? Both the friends can now live a better life by sharing their work, due to which workload decreases, which leads them towards a happy life. Next question is, what would they do now to get more facilities? They both must work and earn money for getting more facilities. Next question is, where would the boys buy vegetables from? So answer is from the costermonger. What is costermonger? Yeah, that like when you go market, you see the lorries, na? That lorries in English are called costermonger. Next question is, which things of nature would have been utilized by both the friends? So both the friends would be using land, water, stone, wood and air, etc. provided by the nature. Now what are the essential things required for a man to live? So what we need to live? We need air, water and food to live. And apart from these, we also requires clothes, house and many other things. Next is, how would these boys keep the area around their house clean? The boys would have made something like broom and used it to clean the area around their house. So this was the story of Aryan, and afterwards the another boy also joins with him. Next, what is made from what? Here are the pictures given and we have to say that what is made from what and where the object is coming from and what we have to do. So first picture is cot. Cot is made from wood. Wood comes from tree and we shall maintain the trees. Second picture is given is a food dish. It is made from grains, beans and vegetables. And food grains comes from plants and some food comes from the animals also. And we should not waste the food. So we shall maintain plants also. Third picture is given, it is clothes. Clothes are made from silk, cotton, etc. Cotton and yarn are produced from cotton plant and silk is produced from silkworm. And what we have to do? We shall keep our clothes clean, and also we have we must conserve cotton plants. Now next, some pictures are given. Observe the pictures and it describes a story. So see the pictures carefully. It is a journey of grains and vegetables from the field to our table. In the first picture, the farmer and his wife are filling the food grains grown in the fields in a sack. In the second picture, the grain bags are kept in the godown. The retail merchants buy grain from these godowns from the wholesalers. In the third picture, a woman is buying different vegetables and food grains from a greengrocer. In the fourth picture, the grain brought is ground into flour with the help of a grinding machine. Nowadays, we have electronic grinding machines in every house. But this is a traditional grinding mill which our grandparents used. In the fifth picture, the woman is preparing dough from the flour. Dough is the state when flour is mixed with water and a spongy mass is prepared from which chapatis are prepared. In the sixth picture, the woman is preparing food. This way, these pictures show how the food grains and vegetables that ripen in the fields are brought to cooked form. Now next, about a story given, a young girl named Rupal. A young girl Rupal, along with all the other children in village, wants to go to school. She asks her father to send her to school, but Rupal cannot go to school for study. Rupal used to feel that she should go to school, but she could not because she was not like other children. She was different. She could not even play like other children from others. She was willing to go to school and was very fond of studying, but what can be done? Now, on the basis of this story, this is the story of a young girl, Rupal, and this picture depicts the life of a girl named Rupal. All the other children of the locality go to school. Like you all are coming to school to study and playing. You are playing with friends also. You are taking participate in different cultural activities also in school. So there are lot of things you are doing in school and all of you are coming to school. But Rupal, living in the same locality, was suffering from polio and was unable to go to school as she could not walk. Now some students, or we can say some children, are unable to do some normal works like us because they are handicapped and they are unable to walk. So they are not coming to school unless someone can help them. One of the organizations of the city gifted Rupal with a wheelchair, due to which she is able to attend the school with the help of a boy living her neighborhood. In the school, everyone boosts her spirit. Rupal is very happy with her life now. So on the basis of this, you have to give some answers. Why do you like going to school? Your answers must be vary from this. Like we learn many things in the school daily, and different educational and extracurricular activities are organized regularly in the school, and there are a lot of friends in the school. So due to all the reasons, we like to going to school. Okay, but your reasons must be vary from this, so you can write your own answer too. Next question is, what do you like in the school? This also your answer must be vary, because some of us like our class, some of students, or some of from you like teachers, prayers, educational activities and celebrations of different festivals and national festivals held in the school. So different children like different things which encourage them to come to school. So everyone's choice is different, so your answer must be vary. Next question is, what do you do if you cannot come to school? So if your answer would be like this, that if you are not come to school for any reason, might be you have fever or you have any other reason, so you must study at home. You ask from your friends that what have been taught in the school. Then you read textbooks at home, and also you are helping your mother or father in their work also. So Rupal had been suffering from polio in both legs since childhood. She could not walk then. But once some organization donated her a wheelchair, she came to school with the help of a neighboring boy. As we discussed previously, that she is unable to walk, that means her legs are not working and she even can't stand without any support. So one of the organization donated her a wheelchair. Organization means people which are helping like handicapped peoples. So the organization donated her a wheelchair. So after getting the wheelchair, she came to school, and one of the neighboring boy of her is helping her to reach the school. Now on the basis of this, some more questions are there. Do you help anybody? How? So in this question you have to write your own experience in your own words, some that you helped someone in the past. You have to write that. Next question is, does anyone come to school with your help? Again you have to write your own answer. Next is, who can come to school with your help only? Again you have to write your own answer. Next question is, how do you help these children who have a fear to come to school? So if you know any of the student who has fear in him or her for coming to school, so your answer will be you what you have to do at that time. So you must praise your school in front of the students who have fear to come to school. We tell them about the activities going on in the school, the teaching methods of our teachers, even the games and different festivals and occasions we celebrate in the school. When we praise our school in front of someone, they are encouraged with us, and the fear of that student or the children goes out slowly. So this is the way that you help them to overcome their fear of coming to school. Okay. Now after getting the wheelchair, now Rupal is very happy because now she reaches to school and her dream also comes true, because I already told you that she is fond of studies. Now her parents are also happy, and teachers and students are also very happy to see her in the school. Now again some of the questions are here. By whose help could Rupal reach school? As we already discussed, with the help of a boy living in her neighborhood. Next question is, what did Rupal see while coming to school? So like when we go to school, what we observe in the school? there is a school's garden, different classes, students, teachers, playground, etc. Na? All these are schools. So in the same way, Rupal also observed all these things: school's garden, different classes, students, teachers, and playground, etc. when she came to school. Now, Rupal studies along with all the children, tells stories, sings songs, answer the questions in the classroom. Everybody helps Rupal. Now Rupal is very happy because everyone helps her in school also. Her teachers, her friends, everyone helps her in her studies. So some more questions. Who all might have helped Rupal? Like already I told you, children living in Rupal's locality, students and teachers of the school helped Rupal. In which work does Rupal need help in the school? So, Rupal needs help for following work in the school, like to get down from the wheelchair and to go to her classroom and sit on the bench. Next is to reach her wheelchair back from the class at the time of going home, when she goes washroom in the school, and to go for prayer and other programs. Or we can say when she want to go outside for something, she faces the problems and she needs help of someone. Now, whom do you come to school with? Now, you have to write your own answer here, that with whom do you come to school with? Some of you come in the school van, some of you come with your father, mother. Whatever your answer is, you have to write your own answer here. Now, next is a story which is based on these pictures, and it is a story of Potter. I'll describe the story. A potter lived in a village and he had a donkey. The potter made pots for his living. Daily in the morning, the potter went out of the village, dug clay, loaded the clay on his donkey and brought it home. He soaked the clay and prepared it for making pots. After this was done, he took soaked clay and placed it on his potter's wheel. He made pots of different shapes and sizes with both her hands. Then he baked the pots in an oven. The baked pots were then ready. He loaded them on a vehicle and took them to nearby city for selling. In the city, he sold the pots to the trader. This way, the potter earned his living. So, in short, this is a story of Potter. Like in every picture, you can see that in the first picture, you can see that Potter is digging the clay. Then second picture, the dug clay loaded on the donkey and coming back to home. After coming back to home, what is he doing? He is making pots with his hands and he is doing very hard work for this. Then after making pots with his hands, at that time the pots are weakened. So then he baked the pots on fire. And after baking the pots become stronger. And after that, he loaded the pots on a vehicle and took them to the seller in the city. And after that, we get our pots. So, on the basis of these pictures, here are some questions. First question is, from where does the potter bring grass for the donkey? So the answer will be from outside the village. Next question is, who may be bringing water for the potter to soak the soil? So the answer is either the potter himself or his daughter or wife. Next is, who would help the potter to make pots? The potter's wife helps in preparing pots. Next question is, what may the potter require to fire the pots? Dry grass, wood, coal, etc. are the things potter require to fire the pots. Next is, who would sell the things required for heating the pots to the potter? The traders who sells grass and wood sell things required to fire the pots to the potter. Next question is, have you ever purchased a pot? So maybe sometimes when you are going to the market with your mother, you must have seen, or your mother must have purchased a pot, and have you seen this? So write in your own answer for this. Almost the answer is yes. What other purposes is the pot used for? We all know that pot is used for to storing water. We fill water in the pot, but apart from this, pots are also used to store grains, and sometimes for certain religious purposes by placing coconut above it, the pots are also used. Now next, various kinds of professionals are connected with each other. Explain, giving instance how the following things are united or connected with various professions. One example is given to you also, that the name of the item is pot. Now how it is connected with the others? So potter makes pots first, then driver transports pots from potter to businessman, and businessmen sell pots. Similarly, ice cream. If we see, cattle rearer collects milk, then businessman buys milk and make ice cream, and vendors sells ice cream. Similarly, clothes. We all know that tailor stitches clothes, then shopkeeper buys and sells clothes, and washerman washes the clothes. Next is, many people toil hard to provide facilities to us. All works are equally important. No work is considered low or high. Depending on each other, we all live an easy life. So we cannot compare any occupation. All are very important for livelihood, whether it is a doctor or a tailor. For example, if farmer does not grow crops, then how will we get our food? Similarly, if the watchman does not watches our societies, so how can we feel safe? Then we will feel unsafe. So all occupations has their own importance. So never compare any occupation as a low or high profile, as all are unique and important. All are depending on each other, and all these occupations makes our life easy. Do we ever think about the toil made by a donkey, a potter or his helper while drinking cool water from the pot? We all enjoy cool water from the pot, isn't it? Yes, we enjoy cool water from the pots, but have you ever imagined how these pots made? It needs lots of hard work by the potter as well as the donkey, because donkey carries the loads of clay on its back to the potter. Then potter make the pots of different sizes and shapes. Then potter bake the pots, and after the baking the pots, it will reach to us by the businessman. So it needs a lot of hard work. We do not even think about the maker and the seller of an ice cream or milk provider while eating it. Like even your mother cooks food for you. Sometimes you tell your mother that you want to eat pizza, burger. So your mother cook for you pizza, burger or pav bhaji. So is it like this? that you only tell your mother and it will be done? No, it needs lots of hard work. Your mother do hard work to make any vegetable or some food dish for you. We should ask ourselves whether we are harming the nature while making use of the sources available to us. We should protect and preserve our environment, the giver of all necessities of our lives. It should be our moral duty to have a passion of homage for it. We should have a respectful attitude towards it. We should be thankful to our natural resources because our nature provides us these type of things by which we sustain our life, or we can say our life has become comfortable. It is our prime duty to conserve and eliminate the wastage of natural resources. So I conclude this chapter here by saying, united we stand and divided we fall. So we will show unity, because if we are united, we can complete the task. I hope you understand this chapter properly. And if you have any query for this chapter, you can ask your questions in the query session, which is online, and the date is given to you priorly. Okay, till then, stay home, stay safe. Bye bye, take care.